Eve, I respect you as a doctor, but something isn't right about your story.
My story?
Your explanation for Sheridan's nightmares. That they were only caused by her guilt over her mother's death.
Does something bother you about that, Luis?
Yeah, it just doesn't follow, Hank. Sheridan's mother did not die the night my father disappeared. And that is when she started having her nightmares.
I agree with Luis. There has to be some sort of connection between my nightmares and his father's disappearance.
Well, I can only tell you what Sheridan told me under hypnosis.
Yeah, Eve's the only one who heard Sheridan. She should know what she said.
Exactly, so why didn't you say that in the first place? Why'd you let Sheridan get all strung out thinking that she murdered my father when you knew that she didn't kill anyone? And why did you let me think that she had murdered my father?
Come on, Eve. Think of a good lie. You have to convince Luis that Sheridan's nightmares were about her mother. I'll end up in prison.
I get the feeling that you don't want Sheridan to connect my father's disappearance to her nightmares.
Would you stop bullying Dr. Russell?
This is all your fault, isn't it, Julian? You threatened Eve that she'd lose her job at the hospital if she continued with the hypnosis. That's why she's trying to convince us my father's disappearance had nothing to do with you and your old man.
Luis, hold on a second here. Are you accusing Eve of something?
I'm not accusing her of anything. I'm just trying to understand why the story changed.
I'd like to know too, Eve.
Sheridan went through a lot of pain to uncover the past and what's been haunting her. This is very important to her to find out what happened that night. And to me. She knew her future was at stake, but she didn't hide from discovering the truth.
You let me come out here and confess to killing Luis's father. Why, if it's not true?
So, was it all a dream? Or did Sheridan murder my father? Tell us the truth, Eve. Eve, don't let Alistair Crane intimidate you. Or even Julian. Now, they can't make you lose your job at the hospital. If they try, you can sue them. Now, this whole town will fight for you.
I wasn't threatened, Luis.
Well, then what the hell happened? Look, we need the truth, Eve. Now, Sheridan needs it more than any of us. Are you sure that Sheridan's nightmares had nothing to do with my father's disappearance? Or did she see a corpse under a bloody sheet? Was there a coffin taken out of the house or not? Was she told to keep quiet about what she saw as a child?
No one told her to keep quiet about anything because nothing happened. It was all in her mind.
Shut up, Julian! Eve, I need to know the truth. Did I have nothing to do with Martin Fitzgerald's disappearance?
Is my father still out there? Is he alive? Did he run out on us?
Only after he stole all that money from our company.
Bastard.
Luis, okay, cool. You shut the hell up, all right?
Word to God, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna rearrange your face, Julian.
Eve, please don't protect me from the truth. If I killed Luis's father when I was a little girl, then I'm ready to face the consequences.
Even if it means that Luis is going to hate you. I'm not afraid of the Cranes, Luis.
Well, you see,
Oh, well, that's good. Because if I do find out they're throwing their weight around, they're gonna regret it.
no one is forcing Dr. Russell to lie. She told you Sheridan's nightmares are related to guilt about our mother's death. And the truth is, neither Sheridan nor anyone else in my family killed your father. You just have to accept the fact he simply ran out on you and the rest of your litter.
All right, then I don't want to hear another word about my father from you. Now, if Sheridan's nightmares were about her mother's death, then why did she think that she had killed my father?
I told you because Sheridan was just a little girl who blamed herself for her mother's death. She was told that her mother became ill giving birth to her and never fully recovered. And she probably overheard that there was a lot of blood. So when her mother passed away, Sheridan blamed herself like so many little kids do when their parents die.
But I never saw my mother's face in my nightmares.
So it was too painful and too confusing in your little child's mind. So when you heard that Martin Fitzgerald had disappeared, you transferred the guilt you felt over your mother onto Martin Fitzgerald.
Well, then why did you let Sheridan think that she had killed my father?
I had to rid Sheridan of that unjustified guilt. The only way I could do it was to take her to the point where she actually believed she was a killer and thought that she should be arrested. Then, and only then, Could I pull her back to reality and lead her to the truth that she wasn't a killer? That she didn't have anything to do with Martin Fitzgerald's disappearance?
I killed Luis's father. I knew I wasn't dreaming like they said I was. I knew it.
Sheridan, are you sure?
Yes. I remember. I saw his face. It was Martin Fitzgerald.
Sheridan told me under hypnosis that the face that she saw under the bloody sheet was her mother's.
I didn't see her face. I didn't see anyone's face. I always just assumed that it was Martin Fitzgerald under the sheet. Maybe it was just a horrible dream, something that never happened.
Well, it makes sense to me, Sheridan. I don't think you could kill anybody. I mean, it's gotta be some psychological childhood trauma that got mixed up in your mind and caused all these nightmares.
Oh, how correct, Sigmund. Of course she didn't kill anyone. Now, unlock me, Officer Lopez Fitzgerald. As I said earlier, there was no murder, no cover-up, so there's nothing you can charge me with.
Still don't buy it, Hank.
Luis, come on, man. You have to accept what Sheridan said under hypnosis.
Do you accept it? You believe your nightmares were caused by guilt of your mother's death?
I trust Eve. She said she's not being pressured by my family. I don't think she would lie about this anyway. It wouldn't be ethical.
Well, there you have it. End of story. Now, uncuff me. Dr. Russell, would you give me a hand? Thank you. We both know Sheridan killed Luis's father. I'm glad that you were smart enough to listen to Alistair. You lied like a pro, Eve.
You must be so relieved, Luis, to know that your father's still alive.
No. Still not sure I buy it.
I'm going to go too.
Thank you so much, Eve. Thank you for being so caring.
I hope you rest easy tonight.
I'm sure I will.
Don't think about your past anymore. There's no way that you can reach it. So think about your future. Both of your futures.
I couldn't bear to see the hatred in your eyes.
I wouldn't have hated you, Sheridan. I could never hate you.
Your threats worked, Father. Eve convinced Luis that Sheridan did not kill Martin Fitzgerald.